Well, a warm welcome to this talk. Now, there's so much going on in the areas of health and environment and things that affect our health and our well-being. There's so much going on, it's hard to decide what to do. But I'm focusing again today on this idea of sun dimming and environmental manipulation, so-called solar radiation management. Now, the UK plans to start experiments on this in the next few weeks, we believe, under the Science Minister, Patrick Vallance. And Sir Patrick was the Chief Medical Officer during the vaccine rollout. And I'm not entirely sure I trust every aspect of his scientific judgment. But in Florida, the Senate has just passed a bill to make this illegal. So let's look at this detail now, because it really is quite interesting. So now this is the current state of the petition in the UK. I do hope you've all signed this. Make all forms of geoengineering affecting the environment illegal. We want all forms of geoengineering to be illegal in the UK. We do not want any use of technologies to intervene in the Earth's natural systems. And of course, we agree completely. Now, that's got 130,000 signatures. That means this will now be debated in Parliament. And well done, Antoinette Taylor, for putting that forward. And there's still plenty of time. We've been waiting for 6 days for a debate now. I expect that to be expedited fairly soon. Although with the current Parliament that we have, the debate will probably be as much good as a chocolate fireguard. But nevertheless, we will be having one, and it will be publicised. So do still sign that petition if you're in the UK or you are a UK citizen. Well worth at least. Well, the alternative's doing nothing, isn't it? You know, so let me just show you this. This is the bill we're going to be looking at from Florida. Perfectly reasonable and common sense stuff. We'll be looking at that in a minute. And also, there's mention of chemtrails. Now, I thought these chemtrails, vapor trails, of course, from aircraft, but chemtrails apparently seem to be a real thing. I thought it was a conspiracy theory, so we will be looking at that as well. Let's just look briefly before we go on to the details of what's happening in Florida with this here. Now, this is a diagram on the methods of modifying radiation. So space-based methods, doesn't really bear thinking about. A stratospheric aerosol injection, don't like the sound of that. A marine cloud brightening, don't like the sound of that. Surface something enhancements here. Anyway, basically what we're probably going to be seeing in the UK is this stratospheric aerosol injection, we believe, and maybe some marine cloud brightening. So the stratosphere here we see is above 10 kilometers above the Earth. So that's probably what going to be the method that's going to be used. And I don't like the sound of aerosols spreading in the air that we breathe at all. Right, evidence for what we're saying. Solar radiation management. This is the link for experiments to dim the sun will be approved within weeks. That's some more links there. Experiments to dim the sun to be given green light by the United Kingdom government. And of course, as I've explained in previous videos, photosynthesis is where we get all our food from. And if we have less sunlight, then we're going to get less photosynthesis. If there's less photosynthesis, there is more carbon dioxide left in the atmosphere. There is less oxygen being produced to go into the atmosphere. So reduced sunlight, less photosynthesis, more carbon dioxide left in the atmosphere, and we're told that carbon dioxide is the problem. Go figure. This is the Advanced Research and Invention Agency under the Science Minister, Patrick Vallance. They're the links for what we have said. Now, this is the paper here, Florida Ban on Weather Alteration, Chemtrails. So here we see a report about chemtrails. Passed this Senate floor with DeSantis approval. So Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, approves, as we'll see in a minute. It seems to be I'm not sure how it works. I think there's a House of Representatives in Florida that seems to be the sticking point. But anyway, So Ron DeSantis announced his support for banning weather modification and geoengineering. Let's listen to Governor Ron DeSantis now.
Senator Ileana Garcia has legislation in the Florida Senate to ban geoengineering and weather modification in the state of Florida. I support the legislation. However, the Florida House of Representatives has gutted Senator Garcia's legislation, and they would actually codify the practice of geoengineering and weather modification. People got a lot of kooky ideas that they can get in and put things in the atmosphere to block the sun and save us from climate change. We're not playing that game in Florida. I support what Senator Garcia is doing, and I hope that people will tell the House of Representatives in Florida, do not gut this bill.
I think that's pretty clear. He's not exactly in favour of that. Now, this bill comes from Senator Ileana Garcia. She says this: there are condensation trails, and then you have chemtrails that have yet to be established and understood. So what is going on here? Are people really spraying chemicals in our air? Well, this indicates that Senator Garcia believes that they are. I have a problem with people spraying perfume next to me, talking about the aerosols sometimes. Yeah, I'm the same. If you're in the men's changing rooms and someone starts spraying around underarm spray or something, the aerosolization, I hate it because it really makes me choke. I don't want more aerosols in the air, thank you very much. If you don't have a problem with people spraying things into the atmosphere that really have no type of empirical data. Yeah. So bad enough with perfume and underarm sprays, worse if it's in the atmosphere. And if you think about it, we've banned smoking in all public places in the UK now. So you can't really breathe in cigarette fumes, but it looks like we're going to be allowed to breathe in aerosols from weather modification. Again, go figure. What are they trying to do here? It's almost as if people want to reduce photosynthesis. I mean, I can't think why anyone would want to control global food supply, can you? Or maybe you can. Senate passes bill to protect Floridians from geoengineering and weather modification. Check out the links, as I've showed you on the diagram. Senate Bill 56, that's the name of the legislation. Senator Ileana Garcia prohibits chemical release. So this is the bill to prohibit chemical release into the air, promote public health. Yeah, we don't want chemicals released into our air. And in Florida, they're legislating for that. And if we don't have chemicals, then public health won't be deleteriously affected from these chemicals in the air. Geoengineering and weather modification activities, that's the name of the bill, passed 29 votes to 9. So well done, Florida Senate. I approve. And of course, well done to Senator Garcia for piloting this bill through. This bill will prohibit the injection, release or dispersion by any means of a chemical compound, a substance or an apparatus into the atmosphere within the borders of Florida. In the UK, it looks like we're just about to start. So Florida bans it. UK seems to be giving it the green light, to which we haven't consented. For the purposes, so all these things here, for the purposes of affecting the temperature, weather, climate, or intensity of sunlight. We don't have enough sunlight in the UK as it is. Why do they want to reduce it? Go figure again. This is a go figure video, isn't it? None of this makes any sense, or does it? But we've already dismissed this ludicrous idea that people could be trying to limit photosynthesis to control food supply. Don't want to get into conspiracy theories, do we? Senator Garcia, through this bill, we are addressing modern environmental concerns brought forward by our constituents, and eliminating any ambiguity regarding the legality of weather modification. So it's going to be illegal. So here we see the constituents are concerned. They are concerned. And the ambiguity there means, I think, if people see a really thick trail in the sky, they don't know whether it's vapor and they don't know whether it's chemical. So now they're going to have the right to have this investigated. Currently, there is no system in place to track reports concerning our residents regarding geoengineering weather modification. The bill creates a system to log, track, investigate, mitigate if necessary, so residents can separate fact from fiction. What's wrong with that? Have a better understanding of what is happening in their communities. I agree. Senator Ben Albitron. People have the right to know what is happening. There's a lot we don't know in this field of science, and people are rightfully concerned. This bill goes a long way to bring peace of mind to our citizens so they can report what they are seeing. So if they see something suspicious, they can report it. And we make sure it's lawful activities. It will be checked out, not geoengineering or weather modification. So geoengineering and weather modification will be eliminated in Florida, but not in the land of the free and the home of the brave, where I haven't given consent. Now that's America, isn't it? We're the land of hope and glory, mother of the free. But I haven't given consent. How can I be free? Can't give informed consent because I don't know what they're up to. Geoengineering and weather modification activities constitutes a third-degree felony. Up to 5 years imprisonment or $100,000 fine. Aircraft operators, airport controllers are subject to a fine of up to $5,000. All fines go to Air Pollution Control Trust Fund. I don't think we've got one of those in the UK. It'd be a really good idea. If we have, I've never heard of it. This is still in the Florida bill, of course. Department of Environmental Protection to establish email and online forms so people can report this readily. To allow people to report suspected geoengineering and weather modification activities. Department of Environmental Protection will investigate any reports that warrant further review, so they can go out with their sensors and chemical analysis and work out if people are spraying these chemtrails into the environment. To refer reports of observed violations to the Department of Health or the Division of Emergency Management. So, health implications there fairly clearly, I would have thought, in the mind of the authors of the bill, and the Division of Energy Management as well. I don't know quite what they do. But beginning on the 1st of October 2025, all operators of publicly owned airports must report monthly to the Department of Transport. Airports to report any aircraft equipped with any part, component or device used for the intentional emission, ejection, release or dispersion of air contaminants into the atmosphere. So, Florida Senate, yeah, give you 10 out of 10 for that. United Kingdom government, who are about to allow these experiments, 0 out of 10. One of the many problems with the current British government, or indeed lack of government, or indeed over-government in certain areas. Real concerns here. Climate modification. Now, I was going to look at the risks in this video, but I'm going to leave that for now, for maybe for the next one. But they are real, they are significant, they are unpredictable. We've already looked at some of them in previous videos. The arrogance of this. We've already had this outrageously presumptuous vaccine rollout without full information, but despite what we were told. In my view, we were clearly lied to. The vaccines were not safe and effective. Now, having inflicted that on the British population, the authorities are now going to inflict £50 million worth of geoengineering experiments on us again. We've already been experimented on once. Now they're doing it again. And this time, There's nothing we can do about it. There wasn't much we could do about it last time because we weren't given full information. There's nothing I can do to stop aeroplanes flying overhead. I don't have an anti-aircraft facility, strangely enough. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you for watching.